Hi there, and thank you for clicking on my video. Normally I don't do like build explanations or like touting a weapon, but there is a very, very, very important weapon that is available to farm right now. It's the Nikana Prime. I know most of you guys probably have this, but for the couple in the clan and the alliance that don't have this, set some time aside to farm some Aya. This is a very easy to level cap weapon. This is like one of the original slash goblins that is now available again. Not that I would recommend it, but you can purchase it for Regalia from the market.
Might want to refine any relics you get for luck.
It's Saren's weapon. To Regalia, I think that's a bit much. But the relics are available. Down in the bottom over here. I don't think you can farm these, to be honest. This is just sort of something you'll turn in when you farm Aya. I would honestly suggest for those of you in the clan or alliance that don't have this, maybe set aside an afternoon, legitimately. And as a group of four, and go through and farm these up. These contain everything from these two. Obviously not the cosmetics, but in terms of the Saren and Valkyr relics. So you would just start at C5. You would go through and buy all of them. You would buy one for each. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would rad them. You'd run through as a group. And everybody picks the same one each time. Rad them one at a time so you don't lose Void Essence. But to go back to the weapon, this is a very, very, very strong weapon.
No pressure.
And it's been overtuned for a long time. They're not going to change this. But this weapon can easily hit millions on a slash build. And I'll show you the build, show you the explanation. It's very straightforward. But even over, I would easily compare this to like the Gram Prime. This is the build that I would recommend. It's got ridiculous slash weighting. And I'm not even going to use the Riven for this. The Riven that I have is literally just a little bit of range, more slash, and crit damage. Technically, because the weapon is so slash weighted, you don't even need slash on the Riven. But I didn't think the weapon needed anything particular. And this would allow me to get a little bit of extra range, slightly more slash weighting, because it's not the raw damage that matters, it's the weighting. When you add these up, the 178 plus 10 plus 10, and add them together, which should give you, what is that, 190? That's not even close. Hold on. 178.2 plus 9.9. So 198, and then you would do 178.2 divided by 198. So it's got a 90% slash weighting. So the additional slash weighting would only push it marginally higher. It's enough as is. And even with the Riven, a lot of times I just don't run with it if I'm doing like a Grenier survival or something. The stance that you want is honestly divided between Decisive Judgment if you're running a combo counter build, or Blind Justice. I would highly recommend Blind Justice because of the defense auto. So it's very slash heavy. But the moneymaker is this one. It's essentially a slash proc every other time. And the first one, it does sort of like a little infinity symbol. But it's got a lot of built-in headshots. So this is a very, very strong stance. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So 170k slash, 180k, 351, 19 and a 165, got a 95, 351k, 50k, 253, got a 286, 429, and those are quick attacks. Okay. So if you're looking for something that might be your first survival, or even like a disruption run, it's even with a disruption demolist, right? It's still enough, and this is unprimed, really. It's just got the so 63k. Looks like we RNG'd a slash build. Got a little bit of a puncture one there. 44k, but you're still seeing mostly slash, right? $28, 200k, 32, 25k, 122k, 32, 202k, 25, and then you got this monster heavy attack, right? 1.7 million. Now, to be fair, the faction mod for Grenier is putting in massive amounts of work on the DPS for this. 2.9k. And we can get it even higher with just a little bit. Oh, not this one. The weapon doesn't need much. This build right here will bump you up into reds. Not all reds, but I think... Actually, we can figure it out. Alright, so 28's our base. So 28 plus 440% is 153. So just Blood Rush gets us to 153%. So 123.2 is plus 123.2. Hold on. 23.2 divided by 2. All right, so we're going to divide by 2. Sorry, that was the wrong one. 123.2 divided by 2. Because we have 2 Glad mods, right? And each one of them gives 110% bonus crit chance. Obviously scaled off of what the original crit chance was. So it's going to give us half of a Blood Rush bonus. 4 Gladiator mods equals Blood Rush is basically what you need to remember. So 61.6 plus 151.2. This is your final crit chance with 2 Gladiator mods and Blood Rush. So 200% is pure red or pure oranges, sorry, with a 12% chance to trigger a red. This is okay for this weapon. Obviously, it's a bit of a trade-off. We lose a little bit of attack speed, Because Blood Rush, or sorry, not Blood Rush, Berserker Fury will give us 75% or 70%. So we're going to trade a little bit of attack speed for higher crit tiers. And crit tiers matter with slash damage a lot more than other element types for some reason. It has the same scaling as Eidolon crit tiers. Actually, that's not true either. It's slightly less than Eidolon crit tiers. But where normally your damage would go up 40%, in this circumstance, it literally directly multiplies your slash damage by the crit tier. So yellow would be 2, orange would be 3, red would be 4. Right? So it's a 30%, it's a 1/3 increase for slash damage. Over oranges. Now we lose a little bit of DPS. We do lose some DPS. Come on, Spit. Because we're not attacking as much. But the heavy attack, though. 2.3, 1.2. Obviously, there's some fall off there. Yeah, 2.2, give or take. It's a much better heavy attack build. Yeah, I wasted it. But you can see, give or take, how it works. It's a slash-based build. You build for slash. For those of you that don't have this weapon, I would highly, highly, highly recommend focus farming this. I'm not even joking. Like, over the next month, set aside like an afternoon or something to build this, because this weapon does so much damage. Even with just like the casual Panzer Spore spread, this is the build I would recommend. You are not going to have issues getting kills against Grenier. Due to the nature of the damage this weapon actually deals. So even with all of that considered, yeah, 4.6 mil. It's nasty. Yeah, 1.3 with some follow through. And you get to feel like a weeb. Yeah, even not even stacked up, it's still 500k slash tick. So I highly recommend anybody who hasn't farmed this up to spend some time and get this puppy done. So you can actually enjoy this weapon, because this is like the default anti-Grenier weapon, to be honest. As far as melee is, you might not like the weapon overall, like how it feels, but the fact is this is one of the most effective DPS outputs melee wise against Grenier. Like it's on par with like a slash Cronin. right? It's got even better weighting. So let's see. Yeah, it's even got a higher crit multiplier and better crit chance. Obviously, the Cronin has significantly more multi-hit. Yeah, about 2.3. Anyway, yeah, food for thought, guys. Um, spend some time on the weapon because in terms of like anti-Grineer technology, um, it's either the Cronin Prime or the Nikana Prime. And if you like swords, the Nikana Prime is the granddaddy of like anti-Grineer technology. So anyway, take it seriously, farm it up. If you haven't done it already, obviously for MR, you need it at least once, right? But it's definitely worth a weapon slot at a minimum to just have this in your back pocket. Have a blessed day, guys. Take it easy.